Hi guys, so in this video we are going to talk about trie data structure. So I'll try to explain you what a trie is with the help of a question. I mean, this is a very commonly asked interview question, and we'll also see some of the applications of trie and what the different kind of problems which trie can be used to solve in further videos. So I'm thinking of creating a complete playlist for trie. Anyways, let's see what the question is. The question is that you are given an array of integers, you have to find the maximum XOR of two numbers from the array. Input constraint is that size of array will be less than equal to 1 million, and the range of numbers in the array can be up to 2 raised to power 31 minus 1. All the numbers are non-negative integers. So let's look at a test case. Test case is that you are given input array 2581, output is 13, and the explanation is that like I have generated the XOR for all the pairs of integers from this array, and you can clearly see here that the maximum XOR which we get is by XORing 5 and 8, and that value is 13. So you have to find this maximum value. So a brute force way to solve this question can be that you can generate all the pairs from this array and check their XOR and basically get the maximum XOR value. And so the time complexity for that solution would be O(n) square, where n is the number of integers in the array, and space complexity would be O1. Can we do better than that? Yeah, we surely can. So let's see how. So like brute force solution, I explained you O(n) square time and O1 space. So before jumping into the optimized solution using trie, let's look at an observation. So observation is that if you do bitwise XOR of two values, like 0 XOR 0 would be 0, 0 XOR 1 would be 1, 1 XOR 0 would be 1, and 1 XOR 1 is 0. So you can clearly see here that we get the maximum XOR value, that is 1, when we do bitwise XOR, only when both the bits are different. If both the bits are same, that is 0 0 or 1 1, then we get 0. So since we are interested in maximum XOR value, so these two cases are very important for us. So we'll focus on these two cases, and with the help of these observation and with the trie data structure, we'll basically solve this problem in an optimized manner. So I'm going to focus on this test case only, where the array had 2 5 8 and 1. So here is that array 2581, and I have basically written here the bitwise representation for all these integers. So bitwise representation of 2 is 00010. I have taken 5 bits to represent them, but in our original question we will be taking 31 bits, because like the max number can be 2 raised to power 31 minus 1 in the array. But for ease here I have only taken 5 bits. This is from MSB to LSB. Similarly, the bitwise representation of 5 is 00101, and similarly for 81. Okay. So let's talk about trie now. So what is a trie? So trie is nothing but just a rooted tree. Okay. And a tree in graph theory is defined as basically it is a undirected connected graph with n vertices and n minus 1 edges. Okay. So as I told you, like trie is nothing but a rooted tree. So let me first draw the root of a trie. Okay. So this would be the root of the trie. Okay, I have like basically, let me represent it with capital R as well. Now for solving this question, what we'll do is that we'll basically insert all these numbers into the trie. Okay, we'll be inserting their bitwise representation into the trie. So since we are taking only 5 bits to represent these numbers, so height of the trie, height of this tree would be 5 only. And now each node in the trie, for our case, can have at max 2 children only. It can have either 0 children, 1 or 2 children. Okay, why it can have at max 2 children only? Because we are representing the bitwise representation of these numbers, and there can be only two, like only 2 bits are possible, 0 or 1. Hence each node can have at max 2 children only. Okay, so let's try to insert 2 first. So I'll show you how we do insertion in trie here. So we will be inserting 2 here from MSB to LSB. Okay, from root to leaf, we will be representing most significant bit to least significant bit. So this root, when we try to insert 2, so first bit is 0. So since this root does not have any children, we'll create one children, that is bit 0, and we'll insert this node. Now second bit is 0. So we will again create one children of this node, and this is bit 0. Again third bit is 0, one children of this node, and this bit is 0, and fourth bit is 1, so this is fourth bit 1. Okay, and fifth bit is 0, so we'll create one children of this node, bit 0. Okay, So inserting first number was easy. Now let's see how we would insert 5. Okay, let me use a different color for it. So fifth, when we are inserting 5 in this try, so first bit of 5 is 0, and we also saw that first bit of 2 was also 0. Okay, so now try is a special kind of tree. So why it is special? Because it represents data in a compact manner. It basically does not create the nodes which already exist in the try. It tries to basically reuse them. So first bit of both 5 and 2 is 0. So for this root, instead of creating another children with node 0, we will basically use this particular link only, this particular node only. Okay. So hence 5 first bit will be represented by this only. Now second bit of 5 is also 0. So this node, basically this particular node which we had already made during inserting 2 will represent the second bit of 5 as well. Okay, now third bit of 5 is 1. Now this node does not have a child with bit 1, so we will create one child. So this is that, and this is 1. Okay, now fourth bit is 0 for 5 and fifth bit is 1. So let me quickly insert them. This is fourth bit 0 and this is fifth bit 1. Okay, so you can see here like data is represented in a very compact format manner in try. Now let's try to insert 8. So 8's first bit is 0. So again, we'll use this link only. Okay, now 8 second bit is 1. This particular node does not have a child with bit 1. So let me insert, we'll create one node. This is that one. And then all its, like all other bits are 0, 0. So let me quickly insert them. This is 0 bit and this is 0. And then this is also 0. Okay, we have inserted 8 here. Now let's try to insert 1. Okay, so for 1, first bit is 0, so we'll reuse this node. Second bit is 0, we'll reuse this node. Third bit is again 0, so we will reuse this. Fourth bit is again 0. Now this node does not have a child with bit 0, so we'll create one child for it, that is 0, one children node. And fifth bit is 1, so we'll create one for this node. So this way all our data is inserted into our try. So this is how our try will look. Okay, now how would we find the maximum XOR of two numbers in the try? So the approach is very simple. We'll iterate over each integer of this present in this array, and now all we'll do is that we'll try to basically XOR it with the data present in try and see how we can get the maximum XOR value for each integer. Okay, since we will do it for each integer, so eventually the maximum value which we'll get, we will take it as the answer amongst all those four. So let's first try to basically let's consider 2 and try to check what is the maximum XOR we can get with 2. Okay. Now one observation which we had already made was this, that the different bits give us the maximum XOR. Okay, 0 XOR 1 is 1. Same bits won't give us the maximum XOR value. So we are interested in maximum XOR. So we will try to be greedy here, and whenever we are checking, let me like explain it only. So let me represent my result here R for 2. Okay, so first bit for 2 is 0. So we are at currently we are at the root node. So first bit is 0. So I will try to see if this root node has a child with bit 1. Why I'm seeing the opposite bit? Because we know that opposite bits give us the maximum XOR value, and we are interested in maximum only. We will try to be greedy here. So unfortunately that is not present. This node does not have a child with bit 1. So we cannot do anything. We will go to the same bit only. So we'll come to this node. So now our current node will become this one, and we see that the first bit in our result is 0. Why that is 0? Because I XORed this 0 with this 0. Okay, that's why. Now second bit is 0 in 2. So we'll see if this particular root node has a child with bit 1. Okay, it has it. That is this one. So our current node will become this, and we'll come to this node and we'll set the second bit as 1 in the result. Okay. So what I tried to be greedy here and try to check the different bits, and since those we have different bits at second position for 0 and 1, hence we took this path. Okay, and we got the maximum bit value, maximum XOR value at that particular bit. Now third bit is 0. Again we'll check if this particular node has a child with opposite bit. that is 1. It does not has it, unfortunately, so we'll have to come to this node only, and third bit in our result would be 0. Now fourth bit is 1, so we'll check if this node has a child with different bit, that is 0. This node does has a child with bit 0, and this is that. Okay, so we will basically set the fourth bit as 1 in the result, and we'll come to this node. Now last bit is 0. Now I have to check if this node has any child with bit 1. It does not has it, so unfortunately I have to take this path again, and I'll come here. So the fifth bit in my result is also 0. So this is the maximum value which I can obtain by XORing 2 with any of this number in the array. So this maximum value is what? This is, I think, 1, 2, 4, 8. So this is 10. And this is obtained by traversing through this path. And you can see here that this number, this path which we took 0, this 0, 1, 0, 0, 0 is number 8. So 2 XOR 8 gives us 10, and that is the maximum which you can get. You cannot get a number bigger than 10 by XORing 2 with any other number. Like if you would XOR 2 with 5 or 1, you won't get anything greater than 8. And you can clearly see here all the pairs which I had generated for 2. 2 XOR 8 is the one which gave us the maximum XOR value for 2, that is this 10. Okay, so now let's check for 5. So let's me check for 5. I'll represent the result for 5 with a different number. Current node is this. So for 5, the first bit is 0. We'll try to check a child with bit 1. It is not there for this root node, so we'll come here. First bit in our result would be 0. Again, second bit is 0 for 5, so we'll see if this node has a child with a different bit, that is 1. So it has it, so we'll come here, come in this path, and second bit would be 1 in our result. Now third bit in 5 is 1, so again we'll see if this node has a child with bit 0. It has it, this one, so we'll come here, and the third bit in our result would be 1. Okay, now fourth bit is 0, so we'll see if this node has a child with bit 1. It does not has it, so we have to come here only, and fourth bit would be 0 in the result. And fifth bit in 5 is 1, so we'll see if this node has a child with bit 0. Yeah, so it has it, is this one, so we'll come at this path, and fifth bit in the result would be 0. So what is the result which we have obtained? This is 13, and this was again obtained by taking this path, that is the path which is representing the number 8. And you can clearly see here that 5 XOR 8 was the answer, because that is when we obtained this maximum number 13, which we are getting here as well. Okay, so this way we will do the same for 8 and 1 as well. Eventually the biggest number which we get, it will be the maximum XOR. So this is the way we can solve this problem using try. So let me quickly walk you guys through the code as well. So this problem was on LeetCode. So this is the problem, basically code which I have written here. This try node, you can see, is representing, the only data it has is this children. Okay, and the size of this children vector is 2 only, because we have only 2 bits, 0 and 1. So maximum number of child a try can have are 2 only. Okay, initially, like all, I'm storing null ptr at both of them, because null pointer, because like initially no node will have, like every node will have 0 child only. And this is the try class, so it has functions like insert and maximum XOR. So insert will insert the number in try, and maximum XOR will give you the maximum XOR. Okay, so now this was the function which we had to implement, which was there in the LeetCode code. So what I have done is that I first check the edge case. If the nums has size less than 2, then in case that I will return 0, because like we are interested in getting the XOR, maximum XOR for 2 integers in the array. If the size of array itself is less than 2, we cannot get any XOR. Then I will create this instance of the try class, and I will insert all the numbers in the try. Okay, and eventually for each number I will try to get the maximum XOR, and accordingly I will update my result and eventually return the answer. Okay, let me explain you how the insert and max XOR are working. So here is the insert. So we are initially at the root node, and you can see that like the maximum integer value of the integer in the array would be 2 raised to power 31 minus 1. That is, we need 31 bits. Hence the height of the try would be 31. So that's why I'm like iterating 31 times here, from I equal to 30 to I equal to 0. Okay, and I'm going in reverse manner, because basically we are representing the try from root to leaf in and that representation is most significant bit to least significant bit. So I try to find the bit at this particular at the ith position, and accordingly I will create, if the bit is 1, I will create basically the child with bit 1, or else I will create a child with bit 0, and I will like update my root node and eventually like keep on doing it. Okay, and maximum XOR function is also similar. I start iterating 31 times, like from the root node to the leaf node, and for each one I am trying to check, like this way I'm trying to check if the child with opposite bit exists or not. If it exists, then I will update my result, and I will go to that particular node. In case it does not exist, so at that particular bit in the result, that particular bit in the result would be 0, hence I am doing nothing in this else, and I am updating my current root node. Okay, and eventually I will return the result. So this is a very simple code. You guys can have a look at it again. Like, I will not provide the code in the description section or any link of the code, because I want you guys to like write it yourself rather than like copying pasting my code. Okay, so that you guys can learn as well. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment on this video, and I will see you all next time.